I like about cars, it's an expression of your passion, of your design, of your character. Especially these cars from the 80s. You know, it takes you back. It's almost like a time machine. You can't help but sit inside and put yourself back to when that car just came out, how it was back then, to own this car.
I started in love, siguro mga grade school ako. Makikita ko lang yung mga kotse sa kalye, tapos hindi ko pa alam kung ano yung mga kotse na yun, pero parang andun yung spark talaga sa hanggang sa tumanda ako. Yun pa rin yung pinakabaliwan ko.
I've loved cars since I was a little kid. I used to grab my parents' cars when they weren't watching, just try to learn how to drive. I used to go-kart a lot. I just love competing in motorsports. And there's no stopping it. Once you get bitten by the motorsports bug, it's for life.
In rally racing, conditions are always changing. Either the track's getting faster, it's getting slower. So you try to make do of whatever the track throws at you. And it's like life.
Some of these guys, siguro 20, 30 years ago, Green Hills pa lang, yung mga karera sa Green Hills, yung mga meets na nagsimula sa Yellow Cab, Green Hills. Nakakatuwa na nag-transform. Same yung tao, 20 years ago, babalik siya ng bansa niya, makikita niya iba na yung car culture. It's something na tumuloy yung hilig ng tao.
Yung mga kotse natin, na-define tayo bilang tao. Ganon, bilang mga Pilipino, mahilig tayong mag-dress up. Tulad ng mga jeep, di ba? So, nilagyan natin ng kung ano-anong accessory. Tapos, nagkakaroon ng mga magagandang samahan dahil sa kotse.
We share the same goal, di ba? Para sa kultura to. We all love the game. That's why we're all here. Di ba? We love cars, we love the community surrounding it. Everyone is capable of building something. The Filipino is capable of building a great car. No? You could just look around you.
It's getting big, bro. So much clubs, so much people supporting. There's a GTR club, there's Subaru, there's track days like this. Racing's coming back slowly. Wait for it. There you go.
Started na casual meets lang, fitment, clean rides, 10, 15 cars, small meets. And then, habang tumatagal, dumadami yung pumupuntang tao. We never expected it actually to grow. Habang tumatagal, medyo dumadagdag yung mga tao to the point na from 10, naging 100, 200 cars. It's something to be proud of. Nandun pa rin yung core values ng mga tao. Kailangan medyo mabait ka. It's not your typical show-off meet. It's more of the community.
Yung scene dito, may something sa kanya na kakaiba compare sa ibang bansa. Tapos, open siya sa lahat.
So Stance Pilipinas started around 2009. We had our first meet around 2011. Every year it grew exponentially. Stance Pilipinas actually saw the birth of different styles in car modification, from wide body, clean look, may mga rat look. So generally everyone's welcome. All walks of life siya. Doesn't matter kung anong kotse mo, if it's an exotic or a supercar or a 20, 30-year-old car. Punta ka lang sa meet, you share the same passion, you share the same experience for lowered cars. Maraming nabuo na iba-ibang groups. Doon ako masaya, doon ako proud na yung mga groups nag-represent siya ng iba't ibang klaseng style sa country. JDM, may Thai style. So I'm kind of surprised na medyo dumami yung kotse. Na yung iba from Cebu pupunta sa meets. Yung iba from Japan or the US, they fly in for meets. So it's something na nakakataba ng puso. Diba? Something different. Sa bawat parte ng mundo may Pilipino. So ang nakakatuwa is yung mga tao lumilipad sila sa country natin to experience the car meets. Iba-ibang klaseng builders from different parts of the globe. Meron from Japan, Australia, US. Iba-iba yung take nila sa car culture. Yung iba kumakarera over the weekends, cars and coffee, stance. It's something to be very proud of. Bawat parte ng mundo may Pilipino. Pag may balikbayan, nagme-message sila, kailan yung meet? And then sinasabay nila. We did one in Guam. The Filipinos from the different parts of the globe, they go to the parking lot. So similar feel and a different country. So the feeling of having that to reflect our country's car culture is very heartwarming. I'm overwhelmed with dun sa reception ng community. What I appreciate the most is the race community, the race cars. So pupunta na rin sila sa meet, share the same experience, just hang out, enjoy the friendship. So it's something for us to be proud of as Stance Pilipinas. Well, the name Pilipinas reflects our community as a whole. Hindi ko din actually naisip na aabot siya sa ganun. Actually, up to now, I think it's still the same small group 10 years ago. So local car culture will grow. Not only Stance Pilipinas, lahat, different branches of the car community will grow. Lahat ng tao excited bumuo ng kotse, excited pumunta ng event, excited makita yung mga kaibigan nila. So magkikita-kita yan, tutuloy yan, mag-grow yan. I think it's gonna grow bigger on an international scale. Especially ngayon, dami ng builds na magaganda na kaya natin ipagmalaki sa ibang bansa. Madaming builders na nag-evolve through style, iba-ibang take nila sa kotse, and I think kasama nun yung pag-grow ng Philippine car culture. I never expected it na magiging ganito. I still think of it as a small group, and I think of it as a baby pa rin. So, I'm very proud of whatever it is. Siguro may mga bata na na-touch nung nagsisimula pa lang, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. I actually reflect on 20 years ago, I was just lowering Matchbox rides. Yung Nissan Skylines na maliliit Matchbox. So it's something na I was learning na natuloy-tuloy, and just enjoy the process. Make sure na you follow your passion, whatever, kung ano man yun nandyan, just do what you want. Basta wala kang natatapakan na tao. Tuloy mo lang yung dreams mo, gawin mo lang yung gusto mo. Keep yourself low, but your mindset high.
Something that when you're competing in motorsports, you're always thinking. You never find yourself not doing anything. There's always something to do. You have to control the car and you have to think your way around the racetrack.
When you're right there on the edge and then the car just feels like it's kind of floating, it's balancing between the limit, you know, going over the grip and just keeping it on the track. That feeling when you're right on the edge is really what gets me coming back over and over again.
Speed to me, speed calms me down. So when I'm in the car, like my heart rate's low, I can think the best for some reason. The competition, the detail to go fast. It's you in the car, the setup of the car. You can't just be a great driver. You have to make your car work for you. There has to be harmony. There's so much details into motorsports that people don't know. And it really drives me to go like 0.1 faster, 0.2 speed, bro. Controlling a monster like this, that's addictive.
The scene started about 10 years ago when me and my brother Enzo hosted races called Circuit Showdown in 2010. We started it off by starting my racing school called Don Pastor Racing School. We were backed by different manufacturers to tap into people who just know how to do basic driving and are aspiring race car drivers. So we brought them to the track when Clark International Speedway just opened, and I've been teaching ever since.
My friend actually took me to Subic. I was into drag racing in the States and then here, and then he took me to the track, took me around the circuit. I fell in love instantly, just from the rush, from the turns, the straights, everything. Since I'm a big guy, I can't move so quick, so in the car, it's different for me. I can move quicker, and I get that need for speed.
It's a whole lot of fun. You get the adrenaline rush of watching these supercars, sports cars, these highly modified machines created by our very own tuners here in the country.
I'm addicted to speed to anything that involves cars, down to solving problems of cars, down to like perfecting how a car runs, how a car performs, everything. Like bringing down lap times, making your car reliable on the track.
It's actually the feeling of control when you're out in the limit, when you're about to lose control. So it's like pushing yourself, and then when you push yourself, you start pushing it with others, and that's when it gets really fun. It's kind of addicting because in a way, you're kind of challenging yourselves while you're challenging your friends. The feeling that you're improving the car and the driver, you're kind of modding the car to your taste and to how you want it to perform. You're chasing after an endless goal. You know, there's always going to be a faster guy, but it's you and the car. All the mods that you did, you mod it to your liking and how you want it to be driven.
Through the tires, through the suspension, all the hard work you put into your car, you could actually factor that into the racetrack. It's quantifiable. A lot of people could talk trash in the street and say, yeah, I did this, I did that. But is there any proof? There's none. So out here, you got the cameras, you got the media, you got the actual organizers timing you with transponders, and they could see how you drive. And the people amongst themselves will tell the truth and what exactly happened.
Being in a place like this is like being with people like me, understanding, realizing, wanting to know more about how your car behaves, how to make your car better, how to take care of your car better, and how to make it go fast, and how to drive it faster, better, right? This is how it is. It's all about learning, improving your skills, learning more about the machine, learning more about your car.
You can hear V12s, V8s, V10s drive by, inline sixes. They work on their cars all year round, and this is the time they could actually express the car. They could open it up with no traffic and in a safe environment. So that's why I love racing, because it's a safe zone where you could enjoy and do what you love. We're all here to do what we love, and it's called passion.
It's better to do it in a controlled environment. We always spend time on the racetrack because it's a well-controlled environment.
Siyempre, in the road, we can't go fast. We have to be disciplined drivers. So if we have the urge to go fast and have the thrill of being in control of everything, we can go to the track. This is the perfect setting for everything because everything is controlled. You have a lot of good drivers here in the Philippines to compete with, so it will really bring out the best in you.
There is always a saying na this motorsports belongs only to people who can afford. But actually, just choose a certain car that you wish to drive in. You don't have to buy the expensive ones as of the moment. The important fundamental is you be able to adapt on how to turn on the racetrack or to apply the braking points. But it's so nice actually to see people have grown so much recently.
Racing in the Philippines has been upgraded to a certain level, which is really impressive. And especially with the influx of the opportunity for us to be seen, courtesy of the internet, we're seen worldwide now, how skills of Filipino drivers have evolved and improved.
To have that competitive vibe is like something that draws me and draws all the participants together, and it's just something to kind of create good memories of.
Whenever we have the chance to drive on the track or race, it's a different world. It's such a heaven for me, and I just want to share the joy that we have experienced on the track or being on a race. Once you experience that, I guess that's the time you would be able to understand on how we feel or how I feel about it.
There are a lot of good mechanics, there are a lot of good drivers here. We can be at par with other countries that also have that certain car culture, like Japan, like in the US, like in Hong Kong. So, with what we're doing here, I'm really hoping that this is a very good start to something new.
Yeah. Kaninong anino ba ako makikisilong? Kung kaya kong magpaulan at magpaitim sa init ng hapon. Kinukumpara kaya ba kailangan ko pa makipayong? Papatilain na lang, di baling ako'y gabihin sa daan. Di ko, tipo na tao makisakay kung kani-kanino. Parang si Tito, di maabot ang aking talino. Ang mekanismo ko, depensang tao sa tao. Mala Santiago to, inidolo de punto Miriam dictionaryong kinakabisa. Kailangan pa ba talagang kilalanin kung sino mga nauna? Para saan pa ba? Para saan pa ba ang titulong di mo gustong makuha? Mga tanong sa isip umaalulong. Kahit nalakad bagong umusad ka ng pasulong. At kumaligaw sa piniling nakakabaliw at nakakalitong daan. Lagi mong tatandaan, basta maniwala ka lang. Makakarating ka pa din sa lugar na hinahangad na puntahan. Hinabalik kung ako ay maiwanan. Kung paunahan ay hindi na lang lalaban. Parehas lang din naman ang paroroonan. At iisa din ang ating kinahiligan.